Illinois State Redbird Hockey on the Illinois State Hockey YouTube channel is on the air. Welcome into the garage at Grossinger Motors Arena. L.A. Decker with you as we get set for a home-and-home matchup kicking off this weekend between the Illinois State Redbirds and the Maryville Saints. And once again, a very pleasant good evening from the garage at Grossinger Motors Arena. It is time for Illinois State Redbird Hockey on this, the final weekend of September and the first weekend of October. They kind of work together. In any case, it's a home-and-home series. First game will be here tonight in Bloomington. Tomorrow night, they'll switch sites and go down to the Maryville University Hockey Center to play Game 2 of this weekend series. If you're heading down to the St. Louis area for tomorrow's game, that's an 8:30 face-off, by the way, in Chesterfield. 8:30 face-off at the Maryville University Hockey Center. But tonight, Game 1 of the series between the 4-0-0-0 Redbirds. They've won all 4 of their contests, and they've done so with a 13-goal differential against their opponents. That's 6th in the nation. And they got a formidable opponent in the 3-1-0-0 Maryville Saints under head coach John Hogan. They have a +9 goal differential, good for 10th in the nation in Division I ACHA hockey. A couple of players we're going to keep an eye on for the teams tonight. For the Maryville Saints, Timon Prexler is their leading point totaler. He's got 7 points in the season, tallying 2 goals and 5 assists. But Lucas Adams leads the way with 4 goals on the season. And a surprising pair in the clubhouse leading the way for Illinois State. Tony Campese, we've heard of him. He's been pretty good the last couple of seasons. 3 goals to lead the way so far for the Redbirds. 2 assists for 5 points. But Gio Galino, one of the newcomers for head coach Chris Pruitt, has tallied 5 assists, and he's got 5 points so far on the young campaign. The only loss of the season by either of these two teams was the final matchup in the away series last weekend for Maryville, where they dropped a 6-5 decision to the University of Central Oklahoma. So the Redbirds coming off 4 straight wins, including 2 wins here at Grossinger Motors Arena by 2-1 and 4-0 counts over Missouri State, and then winning over McKendree 5-0 and 5-2 this past weekend. Maryville opened with a weekend home-and-home series against McKendree, winning 7-1 and 3-0. Should be an outstanding one here tonight. It's the Illinois State Redbirds taking on the Maryville Saints as the arena is getting ready for action. We will do so as well. We'll be back with pregame festivities coming up in just a couple of moments. Get set. It's Illinois State Redbird Hockey on the Illinois State Hockey YouTube channel.
It's game over. You a witness in a force to be flagship. Grinding for gracious, proving attachment. Ruling the rest cause the movement's electric. This is our house and it's built by legends, yeah. If they coming for
Grossinger Motors Arena and tonight's ACHA Division I matchup between the visiting Maryville University Saints and your Illinois State Redbirds. Let's meet tonight's starting lineups. First, the visitors from Chesterfield, Missouri, the Maryville Saints. On defense, number 73, Cole Bonnet, and number 81, Colt Corpse. The forwards, on the wings, number 77, Jake Chartier, and number 93, Lucas Adams. The center is number 19, Chad McElwain. Starting in goal for the Saints, number 35, Ed Coffey. The head coach of the Saints is John Hogan. And now, fans, let's meet the starting lineup for your Illinois State Redbirds. Starting on defense, number 8, Sam Salemi. And number 28, Anthony Salemi. The forwards, on the wings, number 10, Mitch Oberlag. And number 12, Trevor Hilt. The center is number 18, Tony Campisi. And starting in goal for the Redbirds, number 34, Mark Imberja. Let's greet the rest of the Illinois State Redbirds and head coach, Chris Pruitt. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you please rise. Gentlemen, remove your hats as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem. Your officials for tonight's contest, the linesmen Chris Harjay and Brennan Baker. The referees are Cameron Huey and Greg Gunter. All right, we are just about set to get this weekend series underway. Illinois State in home white uniforms, trimmed in red and black, red numerals on the white jerseys. Maryville in their road black jerseys, red shoulders, red and white and black trim on the jerseys, red pants, red numerals on the on the black jerseys. Red numerals on the red jerseys would be a pain, believe me. I'm glad the IHSA decided to get rid of that rule. Mark Imberja occupies the goal to our right, and his counterpart to our left is Ed Coffey for the Maryville Saints. Illinois State working from right to left as we see it. You hear it here in period number 1, and we are just about set to get hockey underway for this weekend series. First half in Bloomington, and the Illinois State Redbirds control the puck to start things off. Sam Salemi sends it ahead to Tony Campisi over the line, moves in, sends it across, quick shot, saved by Coffey, and he covers it up as Mitch Oberlag came in from the right wing and was able to get a shot away, but Coffey equal to the task immediately. And a face-off just 12 seconds into the contest in the Maryville zone. Face-off to the left of Coffey. Campisi will step in to take the face-off for Illinois State. Face-off fought for and won by the Saints. Hope Corpse comes around the goal with it. Lead pass ahead, stolen away by Sam Salemi. Maryville will dump it in, sent in by Sam Edwards. He gets it in the near corner. Salemi tries to play it out, moves it up the boards. Cole Bonnet sends it back around. Now returned around. And Maryville tries to play it, but Sam Salemi with the steal for Illinois State. He'll dump it in just over center ice, and the Redbirds will get a change. Maryville tracks the puck down. Centering pass ahead, knocked away is Mike Slowinski. Knocks it ahead. Tries to center a pass ahead. He was trying to get Gio Galino, who's in the slot, but couldn't get it to him. Now the Redbirds able to steal the puck and take it away in neutral ice. Galino ahead for Slowinski. Cuts in, down to the goal line, now near side, back out to the point to Mason Perry. Sends it in, tipped by Galino into the netting. Is that going to stay in the Maryville zone, or is it going to come out to neutral ice? It will. Looks like it's going to stay in the Maryville zone. The face-off will be to the right of Ed Coffey. Draw one by the Saints. Matt Edgecombe kicks it away to the near side where TJ Prexler gets a hold of it. It's held in by Mason Perry. Right in front. Oh, a bouncing puck off the dasher came right in front of Ed Coffey, and he had to play it with a paddle. Mason Perry tries to hold it in, but he can't do it. It gives to neutral ice. Jack Kramer tries to sweep it away, but the Saints take it away. Here's Prexler. Dropped it off for Jack Harrison, captain of the Saints. Back behind the net to TJ Prexler. Works to the far side, sends it back out. Here's Harrison centering, knocked away by the Redbird defense, Kramer. Sends it behind the net to Jackson Zloty. Z-L-O-T-Y on that last name. Here's a lead pass across, near side shot. That one tipped away. Jack Harrison got a stick on it as Timon Prexler had an opportunity. TJ Prexler tied up along the boards and stolen away by the Redbirds. Casey Colantonio had it knocked away. Picked up by Jackson Graham, who sends one wide of the target, held in by Matt Garcia near side. Graham had it poked off his stick and sent out to neutral ice where Will Kelly was. Kelly tries to bounce it ahead, finds Joe Rasher on a bounce. Nice save by Coffey as he covered the near side. Jackson Graham with an opportunity again, covered on the near side by Coffey for the Maryville Saints. Now a tie up in the near corner. Dug out by the Redbirds, Rasher. Sends it back out to Garcia. Pass down low, knocked away and stolen. Taken away by Tyler Shermer. Here's a shot that's blocked and up over the catching glove of Imbergia to the near side. Luke Feltz fights in there with Felix Turcotte. Now comes away with it. Feltz with a shot saved by Imbergia, and he kicks it to the far corner. Sent around by Richie Young for the Redbirds. Now to Garcia. Pops it up in the air, stays on the rink, so we keep playing. Rasha sends it to Kelly. Over the line with a pass. Here's Young. Near circle. Spins away from pressure. Now sends it down low. Quick shot by Jackson Graham. Goes awry, and a roughing call coming up against the Saints, and the Redbirds will go to the power play for the first time. Maryville penalty number 22, Cameron Ware, 2 minutes for roughing. Time of the penalty, 3:36, first period. Saints penalty, Ware, 2 minutes for roughing at 3:36. Results in a Redbird power play. And the Redbirds on the power play, working the puck around. To the near side, Campese. Sends it back out to Oberlag, but it hopped over his stick and out of the zone, so the Redbirds will have to retreat back to get it. Rasha holds at the line and looks into the cross ice for Oberlag. Lost a handle on it and can't control it. And it goes back to neutral ice where Anthony Salemi controls. 75 seconds left in the man advantage. 15:35 for the first period. And still no score between the Redbirds and Saints. Here's Campese motoring through center. Cuts to the near circle. Stops. Holds at the board. Sends it back out front. Pass hopped over the stick of his intended target, Jack Kramer. And Maryville able to knock it down into the Redbird zone to kill some more time. Casey Colantonio sends it ahead to Jackson Graham, near side circle. Back to Colantonio. In the corner, near side. Tries to go behind the net, left it. It gets sent back out top to Kramer. Kramer at the point, holds and looks. Goes to Richie Young on the far side. Back down low for Jackson Graham. In the corner on the right wing boards. Sent back out, Graham. Back out to Kramer. Kramer holds. Feathers a pass across. Finds Colantonio. Kicked in front. They score! It went off a skate and got by Coffey. And the official says it was a good goal. And the Redbirds score on the power play and they lead 1-0. A simple pass out front, and it looked like it was a redirection. Didn't see who skated hit. Let's take a look at the replay. Yep, right out front was Jackson Graham, it looks like, and he may be the one getting the credit for that goal. We'll have to see how that one scored. Now Coffey will cover up the puck as the Redbirds shoot it in. We'll take a restart. With a face-off to the left of the Saints goaltender. Illinois State goal scored on the power play by number 19, Jackson Graham. Assisted by number 93, Casey Colantonio, and number 2, Jack Kramer. Time of the goal, 5:21, first period. Redbird goal scored on the power play by Graham, assisted by Colantonio and Kramer at 5:21. So it was Jackson Graham who was camped out in front of the net and able to redirect it past Ed Coffey, and the Redbirds have a 1-0 lead as Richie Young comes over the line, but Kate Janicki was in ahead of the play, and the offside whistle will send the faceoff back out to neutral ice. Faceoff won by the Redbirds. Mike Slowinski with a quick shot blocked by the Maryville defense from the far side. He fights for it and keeps it alive in the zone. Maryville can't quite get the control of the puck, and the Redbirds are able to hold it in and send it back into the corner. Sent back in on Coffey. He paddles it to the side, and the Saints will start up their offense. Simon Prexler will start up the ice. Lead pass ahead to Will Smith. Smith takes it behind the net. Redbirds get control but then lose it. Centering pass out front, blocked away by the Redbird defense, and they're able to get it out of the zone. Sean Meyer tries to bounce it off the boards to himself, but he was held up and couldn't get back to the puck. Smith on the far side boards by the Maryville bench. Lost the handle, but it was sent back, and back to get it for the Saints was Timon Prexler. Two sets of brothers playing in this game, it looks like. Timon and TJ Prexler for the Saints, then Trevor and Carson Hilt for the Redbirds. So we'll have to use their full names when possibly we see them on the ice. Speaking of which, here's Timon Prexler over the line, near side. Dumps it down into the corner. Big hit by Tony Campese as he fights for the puck in the corner. Knocked away by Mason Perry, over to Overlag, who gets tied up along the boards. Lost it. Now coming out front with a quick pass, dropped off. Tyson Moore sent it to the corner, try to center it. Back to Moore. They go down low with it to Smith. right at the feet that time of Tyler Shermer. Couldn't get to it. A backhand pass by Jackson Slotty. Couldn't find his teammate, and the Redbirds able to control and get it out to neutral ice to relieve some pressure. Just past the 8-minute mark played here in the first. Here's a shot taken and a save made by Amberge on the rebound. He has to make a second save as the original shot was taken by Shermer. Now the puck chipped up and goes into the corner. Tyson Moore had a rebound opportunity, but Amberge stood tall in the net. Lead pass ahead. Knocked away by Maryville. Is trying to break on the play was Casey Colantonio. Behind the net, Luke Feltz. Tries to set it up. Here's a steal by the Redbirds. In the slot, lost it. Couldn't quite control it. There's a loose puck there for the taking, but Jackson Graham couldn't get to it. Neither could Casey Colantonio. Redbirds send it right back. As Colantonio once again fights for the puck on the near boards. Maryville gets control as the Redbirds go get a change. Puck hoisted the length of the ice, and this will be an icing call against the Maryville Saints with 10:45 to play here in the first. Redbirds out shooting the Saints 4-3 to this point and leading 1-0. Here's the face-off. Won by the Saints. They send it into the Redbird zone, far side. Comes around to the near side. Sent back out to the line for a shot, and they score! A redirection of a shot, possibly. Chad McElwain took the original shot, and it looks like he may be getting credit for the goal. Kind of took an odd trajectory toward the net as McElwain took the shot from the line. It was tipped out front and got by Mark Imbergia, and that was the first goal of the season allowed by the Illinois State netminder. So we're tied at 1. Maryville has found a way to equalize. Now a centering pass out front, dangerous through the slot. And going back to get it is Colt Corpse for the Maryville Saints. Held in at the boards. They fight for it. Now it's sent in behind Mark Imbergia. Behind the net, TJ Prexler. Works around, tries to get through Salemi.
Maryville goal scored by number 19. Chad McElwain, assisted by number 73, Cole Bonnet. Time of the goal, 9:32, first period. Saints goal scored by McElwain, assisted by Bonnet at 9:32.
Here's a shot on Imbergia. That one steered aside as Timon Prexler took an opportunity from the blue line. Redbirds come away with it, able to get it out to center ice and relieve some pressure. Maryville back over the line. Moving in is Will Smith. Smith forced in behind the goal line. To the near corner the puck goes. Sent around by TJ Prexler. Now to Will Smith. And the Redbirds able to steal it away and get control. Here's Tony Campese. Moves through center, gets over the line, double teamed and lost the puck. Trying to split two Maryville defenders and was not able to get by either one of them. Saints send it up the near side boards. Campese pinches in to hold it. As Trevor Hilt tries to steal it away, but the Saints come away with it. Sam Edwards over the line. Edwards tries a centering pass. It's tipped into the corner. Now along the near side boards. Edwards tries to keep it in, along with Timon Prexler on the blue line. He sends it in, and Mark Imbergia able to knock it down and keep it in play for the Redbirds. As Trevor Hilt will tip it all the way down. Coffey will come out to play it for Maryville. Now Overlag with a near steal, but the Maryville defense able to come back and support. Here's Mason Perry with a shot from the line. That one whistled wide. Campese back out to the line. Perry near side, sends one in. Trevor Hill with a redeflection. Coffee able to hold the post. It goes wide of the target as the third opportunity by Campese went wide. Now loose puck behind the net. Sent out front and stolen away by Maryville. They're just looking to clear it out, and they finally get it to neutral ice where they can get a change. 7:40 to play in the opening period, and we're tied at 1. Jackson Graham into the line too soon. He was trying to stick handle it. Got himself over the line, and the puck stayed in neutral ice, so the face-off will come out to the neutral zone. Joe Rasha will take the face-off for Illinois State against Tyler Shermer. Redbirds send it in. Will Kelly had it held up by the goalie stick of Ed Coffey. Garcia holds it into the line and sends it all the way around. Maryville sends it out. Not far enough for icing as Garcia has to go back to get it. Now the Redbirds look to move out as body is starting to fly all over the place as even our linesman took a tumble on that one. Redbirds send it down into the Maryville zone. Now Illinois State holds it in at the line, sent back around for Rasha, goes by Jackson Graham into the near corner. Along the near boards, Graham comes out with it. Rasha drops it off for Garcia, who shoots through traffic. It's blocked out front. Quick shot saved by Ed Coffey. And the rebound comes all the way back out to Garcia. Drops it off. Here's Young sending it across. Will Kelly will throw it back to the far corner. Jackson Graham was there but couldn't get it away from the Maryville defender, and they're able to clear it but not completely out. It does get out to the neutral zone and find its way into Redbird territory. Here's a shot by Richie Young, gloved down by Coffey, and he will take a stoppage in play. 6:17 to play here in the opening period. Maryville 1, Illinois State 1. There's the face-off won by the Redbirds. Quick shot by Sam Salemi, blocked away by the defense. Kate Janicki tries to get the rebound. It's fought for behind the net. Carson Hilt comes away with it. Spin shot on Coffey, and he gloves it down, and Coffey wants to keep his crease clear, so he sweeps away any sticks, including his own teammates. Face-off fully to the right of Coffey. Won by the Saints, and they send it down ice. Icing waved off as Anthony Salemi had a chance to play it. Going to get it is Jake Chartier. Sent out front. Knocked away by the Redbird defense, but couldn't clear it. Hold it again is McElwain. Kicked out front as Moore had a chance. Now in the far corner. Sent back around by Chartier. Here's Carson Hilt getting it out to neutral ice so the Redbirds can get a little bit of a breather. Now the puck will trickle in after Timon Frexler plays it into the Redbird zone, and Markin Bergia covers up, and he will take the face-off in his own zone with 5:13 to play here in period number 1. Face-off to the left of Markin Bergia. Redbirds win the draw. Mason Perry sends it ahead to Mike Slowinski. He dumps it into the Maryville zone. To the far side, Sean Meyer runs into Luke Feltz as they battle for it in the corner far side. Dug out and played by Garrett Hunter. Now Timon Frexler sends it ahead. Redbirds tip it as Mason Perry got a stick on it and sent it out of the neutral zone. TJ Prexler tried to play it forward. Redbirds able to knock it away, and now a whistle stops play as a helmet became dislodged from one of the players. And the stoppage in play as Sean Meyer will go to the bench. to readjust his headgear. The face-off will be moved into the Illinois State zone. No penalty called. So we continue play, 4:34 to play, and the Redbirds win the face-off as Anthony Salemi gets a hold of it. To Campese on the near side, dug out by Trevor Hilt. Sent forward but not out. Redbirds finally get a hold of it as Campese gets it. Campese over the line, tried to dump it in, and now a stoppage as the play is ruled offside. Or a penalty. Penalty, I think, is coming up. An interference call against Maryville. So the Redbirds will go on the power play for the second time tonight. So Illinois State to the power play for the second time tonight. Maryville penalty number 24, TJ Prexler, 2 minutes for interference. Time of the penalty, 15:46, first period. Saints penalty, TJ Prexler, 2 minutes for interference at 15:46. It's time for our Redbird power play. Here's Campese, sending it over to the far side. Now a quick pass, trying to get it to Rash out front. Coffee able to knock it down after Trevor Hilt couldn't center it. And the Saints able to clear it the length of the ice. 90 seconds remaining in the man advantage. 3:40 remaining in the first. And we're level at one apiece. Campese spins it back to Anthony Salemi. He will dump it in along the boards. It goes into the corner near side. Mitch Oberlang digs it out. Sent back out, but nobody at the line to hold it in, so the Redbirds have to go back to get it. Anthony Salemi will backtrack to behind his own net to set up the next rush. Salemi comes out from behind his net, setting it up for Trevor Hilt. Hilt will motor through center, gets over the line. Now Oberlang drops it off for Joe Rasha. Back out top for Campese, moves into the circle, drops it off to Rasha down low. Rasha looks to center it, can't find anybody, looks, sends it back out to the point where Jack Kramer is. Now to Oberlag, far side for Campese, held it in at the line. Campese along the near boards for Rasha, centering pass, hopped over the stick of Jack Kramer into 25 seconds of the power play. Rasha tried to send it back for Kramer, nobody was there, and Berger has to decide what he's going to do. He's going to send it around. Rasha sets it up for Mike Slewinski, final 10 seconds of the power play. Kramer goes to get it. And the Redbirds will try to move out. Lead pass ahead. Casey Colantonio moves forward as the penalty is over to TJ Prexler and both teams back at full strength. As Maryville sends it down ice, this will be an icing call with 2:04 to play here in the first. And the faceoff will come all the way back into the Maryville zone. And I'm thinking it's going to be to the left of Coffee. Yes, it will be to Coffee's left. Face-off in the Maryville zone, won by the Saints. TJ Prexler comes away with it. Prexler moves through center, drops it off into the zone. Redbirds able to send it right back where it came from as Matt Garcia takes care of that. Now the puck sent into the Maryville bench by one of their own players. Old Corpse trying to shoot it off to Dasher, misjudged the height of the boards and sent it into his own teammates. So the face-off will stay in the Maryville zone with 1:48 to play in the first. Kate Janicki will take the face-off against Luke McLeod. Redbirds hold it in. They send it a shot in by Kelly. That one went wide of Coffee. Picked up by the Saints. And sent all the way down ice once again. And again, this will be an icing call. Or no, it's no icing. It's waved off. This time they wave the icing off and play on. Redbirds come away with it. Lead pass. Carson Hilt able to catch up to it. Hilt along the far boards. Tries to take it around the net. Dug out by Cade Janicki. Janicki centering pass. Quick backhand shot taken. That by Gio Galino. That one went wide. Back out to the point, and Kelly. His shot saved by Coffey.
1 minute to play in the period. 1 minute remaining.
Timon Prexler picks it up for Maryville as they motor through center ice. Sam Edwards held up at the line, but still onside. Edwards sends it back out. Matt Edgecombe was there, but it hopped over his stick and went all the way back down. In the final 30 seconds of the period, Sam Salemi holds it in, but knocked away and picked up by Timon Prexler. Cross ice to the near side to Chartier. Chartier sets it up, and Maryville can't get to it. Here's Sean Meyer. Meyer moves through center, lost the handle. Picked up by Casey Colantonio, who shoots it in on Coffey, and Coffey makes the stop and covers up with 11.7 seconds remaining in the period. Colantonio will take the faceoff for Illinois State against Tyson Moore, and the Saints win the faceoff. Tied up along the near boards, and that should take care of the rest of the time in period number 1.
Your score after 1 period of play. The Maryville Saints 1. Your Illinois State Redbirds 1. Shots on goal in the first period. Saints 6. Redbirds 10. No penalties carry over into the second period.
So Illinois State leads it by Illinois State leads in shots on goal 10-6, but on the scoreboard where it matters most, the teams are even at 0-0 through 1. We're back after the intermission with more Illinois State Redbird hockey on the Illinois State Hockey YouTube channel.
Illinois State Redbird Hockey would like to thank the following sponsors for their support of this year's team. Young America Realty in Normal. Team Automotive and Tire in Normal. Midwest Equipment in Normal. Morris Avenue Garage, Bloomington. DP Doe in Normal, your sponsor of your Division I Player of the Game. Prairie Signs in Normal. And Grosso's Garage in Bloomington.
Welcome back to Grossinger Motors Arena. L.A. Decker with you as we are tied at 1 after 1 here in the first intermission. Let's check the scoring out. For the Illinois State Redbirds, they got on the goal first. They got on the board first with a power play goal at the 5:21 mark as Jackson Graham redirected a pass home. The assists go to Casey Colantonio and Jack Kramer. And again, the Redbirds led it 1-0 with 14:39 to play in the period. It didn't take much more than about 4 minutes and change for Maryville to come back and counter as Chad McElwain scored with the 9:32 mark of the opening period. The assist going to Cole Bonnet, and they've added an assist to that goal. Lucas Adams will get the second assist, that at the 10:28 mark. And that stopped a shutout streak for Mark Imbergia that had, well, let's see. If by my count is correct, 138 minutes and 32 seconds of shutout hockey for Mark Imbergia. Because recall back in the opening weekend, he pitched a shutout, and then in week number 2 against McKendree, he also pitched another shutout. So congratulations to him on a successful start to the season. However, still 2 periods left in this one, and Illinois State and Maryville are tied at 1. Illinois State Redbird Hockey on the Illinois State Hockey YouTube channel is brought to you by Young America Realty, Midwest Equipment, Team Automotive and Tire, Prairie Signs, Grosso's Garage, DP Doe, which will also bring us our player of the game later on tonight, and Morris Avenue Garage. And we thank them one and all for their support of Illinois State Redbird Hockey. Again, the Redbirds will be on the road tomorrow. They will be down in Chesterfield, Missouri, taking on these very same Maryville Saints. That game, by the way, if you're thinking about going down there, will be an 8:30 face-off at the Maryville University Hockey Center. Our next Division I broadcast will be next weekend, Friday night and Saturday night. 6:15 face-off Friday night as Jamestown will come, the University of Jamestown will come to Grossinger Motors Arena for a weekend series. Again, 6:15 Friday night, early start time, and then 7:15 on Saturday night for the nightcap on the second game of that series. And the Redbirds will go on the road to close out a 2-game series against Waldorf up in Albert Lee, Minnesota, just south of the Twin Cities of Minneapolis, St. Paul. They will take on the Waldorf Warriors, and then they'll be back at Grossinger Motors Arena for 6 consecutive games prior to Thanksgiving. They'll be back on home ice October 28th and 29th against McKendree. And they will have Midland visit on November 5th and 6th. And then the Toledo Rockets will be here on November 11th and 12th, all here at Grossinger Motors Arena. So 1-1 is our score after 1 here at Grossinger Motors Arena. Period 2 is coming up, and we'll have it for you in just a moment on the Illinois State Hockey YouTube channel. Just about set for the second stanza here at Grossinger Motors Arena on the Illinois State Hockey YouTube channel. L.A. Decker with you. Spinning the dials back in the control room, Frank Blaine, keeping us on stream and keeping us sounding good, which for, he's got to have hazard pay for listening to me all the time. So, in any case, Maryville and Illinois State have switched sides. It'll be the Redbirds now working from left to right as we see it along with you in period number 2. Opening face-off to start the second period is controlled by Illinois State, but they send it all the way back down behind their own goal. Maryville with a steal in the Redbird zone. Can't control it, and the Redbirds come away with it. Casey Colantonio moves over the line, drops it back to Jackson Graham. They combined on the opening goal of the game. Graham couldn't send it in. Colantonio finally gets a hold of it. And now we'll move into the Maryville zone. Colantonio had it kicked off his skate. Now sent out of the zone. And the Redbirds just hang it back in. And now an offside call is made as Redbirds were still in the zone when Jack Kramer sent it in. So the faceoff will be in neutral ice. Redbirds couldn't hang back long enough or get themselves out of the zone. Campese will take the face-off. It's won by Maryville as Chad McElwain wins it. Sent into the Maryville zone. Coffey sets it up behind his own net. Oberlag steals it on the boards, fires one in, blocked away by the Saints. Will Kelly sends it back into the corner. Campese sent it up front. Oberlag couldn't get to it as it's right out front, right by Coffey. Coffey was ready for it. Oberlag couldn't get to it. Now Maryville moves through center ice. There's Jackson Chartier. Lost the handle on it. And it's sent back into the Redbird zone. Trevor Hilton will send it into the Saints zone, allowing Illinois State to get a change. It's Timon Prexler. Tries to send it ahead, but couldn't connect with Chartier. Now Anthony Salemi sends it in ahead of the boards. Couldn't quite get it to Slawinski, who tried to move in. Now a dump in by Maryville, and they will go get a change as well. Redbirds send it ahead. Slawinski drops it off for Meyer. Couldn't quite get to him. And coming away with it is Timon Prexler. Prexler over the line, but he stick-handled one too many times. And the play is ruled offside. So the face-off will come out to the neutral zone. Just short of 2 minutes gone by here in the second. Maryville wins the faceoff and sends it into the Illinois State zone. Anthony Salemi back to get it, fanned on the whiff. Fanned on the whiff and fan. Imagine getting both of those in the same game. Sounds like a strikeout to me, in any case. Puck played up by Maryville off the boards. Will Smith drops it off. Couldn't get it to McLeod. It's hammered back in by the Redbirds as they play it off the boards. Luke McLeod comes away with it. Tries to center it, blocked away by Sam Salemi, and he will steal the puck behind the net. Sends it up to Dasher, but held in by the Saints as a shot taken by Garrett Hunter, blocker down by Imbergia. Quick shot again, Imbergia the save in the slot. That one on the Will Smith opportunity, and the puck cleared to neutral ice. Over the line, Sam Edwards. Moves through the near corner, gets around Sam Salemi. Now pinched down and taken away. Slawinski came into the play. Held in, Jackson Zloty. Lost it out front. Zloty got it back and sent it over to the corner. Chipped away and dug out by Harrison. Jack Harrison sends it out. Played by Colt Corpse, and all the way around, Redbirds will finally get a hold of it and hoist it out to center. Icing waved off, Corpse back to play it. He pays the price for clearing it across to the near side. Over the line comes TJ Prexler. He shoots one in on Imbergia, blocker down and sent to the near corner. Around, but out. Illinois State comes away with it. Carson Hilt over to Richie Young, who fires. That one blocked by... Now a centering pass out front, covered up by Coffey as the shot was blocked by Colt Corpse. And then Coffey was able to use his very tall frame. The bar on the goal stands 4 feet tall, and he's, I'd say, a good 2.25 feet above it, at least. I'd say he's probably on skates, probably about 6'3" to 6'5". Here's the face-off. Redbirds couldn't hold it in. Maryville comes away with it as they move through center. Mark Edgecombe lost it to Casey Colantonio. Colantonio moves through traffic into the slot, couldn't get away from two other Saints defenders. And Maryville will come away with the puck. Lucas Adams sends it into the Redbird zone. Joe Rasha up the boards, able to get it away. Here's Carson Hilt, lead pass ahead, tried to get it to Colantonio, who's ahead of the play. Redbirds will have to tag out before they can get back to the puck. Meanwhile, Matt Edgecombe able to get it for the Saints. Sends it across to Timon Prexler, now back to Edgecombe. Set up for Adams. Adams will move over the line. Drops it in. Poked away from McElwain. And sent around to the far corner. Mason Perry. Jammed at by Jake Chartier. Now the puck tied up along the board. Still no whistle, and finally dug out by Maryville. Set up in front. Quick shot. Imbergia the save. The rebound. Imbergia covers it up. As the Saints were able to move in and try to jam at it under the pads of Imbergia, and some pushing and shoving in front of the net, but they'll separate the two teams and send them to the respective benches. And the faceoff will stay in the Redbird zone. 14:46 to play in the second. Shots on goal even at 11. Maryville wins the faceoff. Shot sent wide, blocked by the Redbird defense. Garrett Hunter holds it into the line, tries to send it up the boards. Redbird still fighting for it along the near side dasher. Finally dug out by Drew Shadle. Sends it across. As Anthony Salemi tries to play it, or is that Matt Garcia? That is Garcia, pardon me. Garcia fights for it with Trevor Hilt along the boards. Hilt finally gets a hold of it and shoots it down. Shadle tries to pinch in, centers it, lost it. Now the Redbirds have a Campese out in front. Here's a shot by Hilt. That one steered aside. Rebound to the far corner. Luke Feltz digs it out. Redbirds come away with it. Can't do anything with it as Campese takes a tumble on the ice, and now 3-on-2 come the Saints. Over the line, Feltz was offside, and the Redbirds able to backtrack and get to it. Campese moves forward. Here's Meyer, Meyer moving into the dot. Cuts in, fires on Coffey. That one went wide, and Coffey will bring it back to his glove and take the faceoff. Meyer using that long frame and the long hockey stick used by the goaltender to retrieve the puck and cover it up and take the faceoff. So the Redbirds will have the faceoff. 2 Coffees left. Mike Slowinski will take the faceoff against Luke McLeod. Faceoff won by the Redbirds. Anthony Salemi sends it around. Stolen away by the Saints along the boards. Picked up by Will Smith. Lead pass ahead for Colt Corks over the line. Takes it into the far corner. Now sends it across with a centering pass. No one home, and the Redbirds come away with it. Here's Gio Galino chipping it forward. Galino sends it in. Coffey plays it around to the far side. Tipped ahead. Smith trying to get ahead of the pack. Taps it to himself. Taps it again in the slot. Now left it. And the Saints able to pick it up. Sam Edwards back out to the point. Here's a shot. That one blocked down. As Colt Corpse trying to send it in. The Redbirds able to stick it down. And the Redbirds clear it out of the zone to relieve some pressure. Luke McLeod will send it in. McLeod goes for a change while the Redbirds go to get it. Anthony Salemi sends it out. Gio Galino tried to keep it in, but the Saints able to get it out of the zone and into the Redbird end. Sam Salemi in the near corner. Had it dug out and finally played around by Gio Galino to the line, and it hops over the stick of Timon Prexler. Now the Saints hammer it in as Jack Harrison sends it all the way around. Redbirds trying to play it out. Carson Hilt trying to tip it ahead, couldn't get anywhere. Stolen away. Here's a centering pass out front. That one sticked down by Imbergia and sent to the corner where the Redbirds at least get a little pressure off, but it's still in their own zone. Janicki takes the body against Harrison, and the Redbirds come away with it. Lead pass ahead, Carson Hilt over the line. Quick shot, that one tipped and goes into the netting behind the goal line, behind the glass, and we'll have a face-off in the Maryville zone. 11:40 to play here in the second. Score tied at 1, shots on goal tied at 12. A matchup of two very evenly matched teams so far tonight. And they will play again tomorrow, by the way, in suburban St. Louis and Chesterfield at the Maryville Hockey Center. An 8:30 face-off tomorrow in St. Louis. There's Maryville over the line. McElwain moves to the far dot, centers it across. Nobody home as it went all the way through. Same out of the near boards. Luke Feltz tried to send it around. It was tipped by the Redbirds and into the netting behind Mark Imbergia. So the face-off will stay in the Redbird zone. So Joe Rasha will step in to take the face-off against Chad McElwain. Face-off won by the Saints. Harold Hunter fires it out front, blocked away by the Redbird defense, and sent up. Here's Casey Colantonio over the line. Colantonio centers it across. Rasha was there but couldn't quite get a stick on it. And on the counterattack, 3-on-1 come the Saints. Over the line, Adams, quick pass. Oh, he got his stick lifted, did Chartier at the last second. Nice play on defense by Jackson Graham. Now Chartier comes away with it. I just center it. Couldn't get it to McElwain. Now puck comes loose. Finally picked up. Here's Chartier with a shot through traffic. That one stick down by Imbergia. Campese will bank it off the glass and clear it out of the zone. Approaching the halfway point of period number 2, the halfway point of the contest. Illinois State and Maryville still tied at 1. Kramer sends it all the way around. It's held in by the Saints. Mason Perry tries to send it up the far boards, but it's held in. Tyler Shermer lost the handle behind the net as Tony Campese goes back there into the corner to fight for it. Saints come away with it, but are thwarted by the Redbirds as Campese sends it forward for Trevor Hilt. Hilt will go to the corner to track it down. Hilt against two Saints defenders. Gets knocked off the puck and it's sent into the corner near side. Sean Meyer able to go get it, but the Saints come away with it. Cameron Ware moves in. He'll just fire one in on Imbergia, who will paddle it down and then cover it to stop play with 9:42 to play in the second. So the face-off will be to the left of Imbergia. As Slowinski will take the face-off for Illinois State, it'll be McLeod for Maryville. Face-off won by the Redbirds. Gio Galino sends it into the Saints' end. Coffey holds it up behind the net. Picked up by Timon Prexler. Prexler harassed by Myers. He finally gets away and tries to get it to neutral ice and does. Hacked into the Redbird zone. Dropped back and stolen away as Prexler tried to set it up for Sam Edwards. Now Meyer will chip it into the Saints' end. It comes around to the near side boards. Simon Prexler, long lead pass ahead. Icing is going to be waved off as Imbergia misplayed the puck. Garcia able to recover. Sent it ahead along the boards on the right wing side. Now the Redbirds send it all the way down. Sean Meyer has to go get it. Coffey beat him to it and sent it out of the zone. Kelly had his pass stolen away. Maryville over the line. Quick shot, Prexler. That one's knocked down by Imbergia and sent over to Edgecombe. Back out to the front, Harrison. To Zlotny. Zlotny sends it in, but the Redbirds able to take it away. Here's Carson Hilt moving in. Centering pass out front. Ooh, just off the stick of Kate Janicki. Couldn't quite get enough on it. Redbirds able to keep it in play. Fluttering puck finally picked up by the Saints. Lead pass ahead. Jackson Zloty had it knocked off his stick out of the zone and just hammered into the corner where Matt Edgecombe allows his team to regroup just a bit. Carson Hilt sends it across for Richie Young. Young plays it, but Garrett Hunter gets it away in the corner. Now in neutral ice. Saints able to get it through as Hunter sends it into the Redbird end. Take it away, Lucas Adams. He'll fire one into the catching glove of Mark Imbergia, and he'll give no rebound with 7:37 to play in the second. The advantage in shots has swung the Maryville away in the last few minutes. They now have a 17-12 shots on goal edge. Face off to the right of Imbergia, won by the Saints. Hunter sends it back in behind the net. Mason Perry for the Redbirds sends it around. Now it's hoisted out to center. Jackson Graham trying to get to it, but Luke Feltz has it. And they send it back toward the Redbird end. Saints move it into the near corner. McElwain out front. Sent it up for Adams. That one trickled wide as Imbergia got out of his crease to influence that shot just a little bit. Now Graham fights his way into the zone, but lost it. As Chad McElwain comes over the line with a pass. Set up for Adams. Stolen away again by the Redbirds. Here's Joe Rasha with it through center. Rasha across the line, drops it back off. As Colantonio couldn't get to it, Mason Perry tried to pinch it and hold it. And now a whistle stops play and a penalty coming up. Now let's see who they're going to get. Looks like we're going to get a Maryville penalty. And an Illinois State penalty. Trying to see who the penalty is on. Looks like, yep, I think I see who it is now. Looks like it's Casey Colantonio is going to get that penalty. Coincidental minors on Maryville, number 77, Jack Chartier, and Illinois State, number 93, Casey Colantonio. 2 minutes each for roughing. Time of the penalties, 13:22, second period. Saints penalty, Chartier. Redbirds penalty, Colantonio. 2 minutes each for roughing at 13:22. As a puck slides through the crease and Coffey watches it go by, we play 4-on-4 for the next minute and 20 seconds. Bergia back to get it for the Illinois State Redbirds. Set up to Garcia. Now Oberlag over the line to Trevor Hilt. Hilt moves it down, tries a short angle shot, hit the side of the net, and it's picked up by the Saints. Motoring through as Tyson Moore knocked off his pins, and the Redbirds able to control. Hilt sends it into the zone. Mike Slowinski takes it around back of the net. Sends it along to Dasher. It runs up the Dasher, and now the Redbirds still control. Trevor Hilt sends it back out. Quick shot, that one wide, as it was taken by Anthony Salemi. Correction, that was Sam Salemi. They both have 8s in their number, so it's hard to tell sometimes. Saints over the line. Here's a quick shot taken by Hunter. That one blocked down by the Redbirds, and they send it ahead. Here's Jackson Graham. It hopped over his stick. Otherwise, he would have had a breakaway opportunity. 15 seconds remaining in 4-on-4 hockey. Jackson Graham sends it across to Rasha. Now over to Sam Salemi. Salemi cuts into the dot, fires one, and Coffey able to cover it up as Salemi went into the side of the net, and Coffey pinned his stick and he couldn't get away, so Salemi just kind of sat there for an extra second, and Coffey takes a skate away just to kind of cool his jets. No ill intent on that play on either end, just kind of getting away from things and not escalating things. 4:41 to play in the second. Faceoff will be to the right of Ed Coffey. It'll be Joe Rasha taking the faceoff against Jack Harrison. Rasha pushes the faceoff, but the Saints able to get it, and both teams will skate 5-on-5 as the penalties are both over. TJ Prexler dumps it in, goes around to the far side. Mason Perry tries to dig it out against Harrison. Sent away. Here's TJ Prexler with a shot. That one again off pace. Didn't quite get all of it, and it fluttered wide. Centering pass back out top. Cole Bonnet had it hop over his stick, and he just sends it in and resets everything. Cole Antonio for the Redbirds. Lost it at center. Goes back to Kramer. Sent up the boards. Jackson Graham will direct it into the zone. The Redbirds will get a change. Under 4 minutes to play here in the second. We're still tied at 1. Jackson Zloty sends it into the Redbird zone. Illinois State comes away with it. Over the line, Redbirds look to go into the corner to get it. Carson Hilt dug out by Cole Antonio. Saints come away with it. Zloty sends it ahead to Corpse. And the Redbirds able to get that one away, and here comes an opportunity for Richie Young. Young will cut to the slot, moves in, fire, saved by Coffey, and he directs the rebound to the far corner. Garrett Hunter and Carson Hilt jockey for it in the far corner. Puck comes loose to Kane Janicki. Janicki tries to center it, couldn't find Richie Young, and the Saints come away with it. And again, bodies go flying, and a penalty coming up. As the puck controlled by Illinois State with 3 minutes to play here in the period. And the penalty, it'll be against the Redbirds. An interference call against Illinois State. The Redbirds will be down 1. They'll have to skate 5-on-4. And the faceoff's going to come all the way back out to the Redbird end. And it looks like one of the linesmen may have got clipped on that play by a skate. They're checking on him right now. And while we have a stoppage in play, I want to say a big thanks once again to all the sponsors of Illinois State Redbird hockey. Big thanks to Young America Realty in Normal, Team Automotive and Tire in Normal, Morris Avenue Garage in Bloomington, Midwest Equipment in Normal, Prairie Signs in Normal, Grosso's Garage in Bloomington, Morris Avenue Garage in Bloomington, and DP Doe in Normal. And we will also have for you tonight our player of the game, which will be presented by DP Doe. And right now, I think the leader in the clubhouse might be Jackson Graham, although Mark Imbergia might be making some strides to get his second straight player of the game. Who will it be? We will find out following the end of the contest tonight. Again, they check on the linesman. It looks like he might have got clipped by a skate during the last interaction between the teams along the boards, and it does look like he's getting attended to by the training staff. And as soon as he gets everything situated, we will once again resume hockey. Penalty to Richie Young will be a 2-minute interference call. So the Redbirds will be down 1. And now looks like the official is going to leave the ice for the time being. A nice hand from the crowd here at Grossinger Motors Arena for our linesmen, who will go back into the locker room to get tended to. So we will skate with 3 officials, 1 linesman and 2 referees. And the power play for Maryville. It'll be their first opportunity on the power play. Face-off will be to the right of Mark Imbergia. Won by the Saints, picked up by Edwards. Back out to the point. Trexler at the point, plays catch. Back over to Edwards, jammed at. Edwards near circle. Sends it back out top. Timon Trexler.
Illinois State penalty, number 27, Richie Young, 2 minutes for interference. Time of the penalty, 17 minutes, second period. Redbird penalty, Young, 2 minutes for interference at 17 minutes.
Now a stoppage in play. An unsportsmanlike conduct call against Maryville. So that will negate their power play. So we will again skate 4-on-4. Now they're double checking on the penalty to make sure, or is it a 5-minute misconduct? All right, so the penalty's been taken down. I'm going to be very curious to find out what this is all about. So it'll be an unsportsmanlike penalty, but it'll be a 5-minute unsportsmanlike, so it's more of a penalty for eligibility time than for a power play. So we still skate 5-on-4. Luke McLeod sends it back out to the point. Colt Courts to the near side. TJ Trexler knocked away by Campese as the pass went back out to the point, and the Redbirds able to tag back out. Courts at the point sends one in, swallowed up by Imbergia, and he gives no rebound. So the face-off will stay in the Redbird zone with 1:46 to play here in the second. It'll be Kate Janicki taking the face-off against Jake Chartier. Won by the Saints. Timon Trexler. Down to the far corner. Back out to the near side. Sam Edwards. Back to Timon Trexler. Trexler thought about the one-timer. Now the one-timer by Edwards is blocked up into the netting. The face-off will stay in the Illinois State zone with 20 seconds remaining in the man advantage for Maryville. Face-off will be to the right of Imbergia. Won by the Redbirds and swept down ice by Carson Hilt. 10 seconds remaining in the man advantage for Maryville. There's Timon Trexler. Sends it forward. Got it to McElwain.
1 minute to play in the period, 1 minute remaining.
Has a penalty over, both teams at full strength. Carson Hilt Sweeps it out to center ice, and the Redbirds able to clear it back into the Maryville end of the arena, and they get a change. Final 40 seconds to play here in the second in a tie game at 1. And Berger lets it go. Picked up by the Redbirds and sent up ice, and completely missing everybody. However, icing waved off on the play. Lead pass to Lucas Adams over the line. TJ Prexler shoots it in. Save made by Berger, who makes the second save on the rebound and gives no one this time an opportunity as Lucas Adams was driving forward, saw the rebound in the circle, and took the opportunity. Let's take another look at that one. As TJ Prexler able to get the first shot. That one may have rattled the cage a little bit of Berger, but he did get a good look at the second opportunity. And that one went right into the body of Berger. 15 seconds remaining in the period. There's a shot taken by Jack Harrison, sent around. And the Redbirds able to send it back behind the net. Final 5 seconds of period number 2. Oberlag to Campese, back to Oberlag, but there isn't enough time to get a shot away as Trevor Hilt tried to put it in on Coffey, and it trickles wide as the horn sounds to end period number 2.
Your score after 2 periods of play. The Maryville Saints 1, your Illinois State Redbirds 1. Shots on goal in the second period. Redbirds 5, Saints 14. 2 period totals. Maryville 20, Illinois State 15. No penalties carry over into period number 3. And we do not have a scoring recap for you because nobody was able to get the puck past either goaltender in period number 2. So we are at the end of 2 periods here at Grossinger Motors Arena, and nothing yet has been settled. We are still tied 1-1 after 2. You're watching Illinois State Redbird Hockey on the Illinois State Hockey YouTube channel.
Illinois State Redbird Hockey would like to thank the following sponsors for their support of this year's team. Young America Realty in Normal. Team Automotive and Tire in Normal. Midwest Equipment in Normal. Morris Avenue Garage, Bloomington. DP Doe in Normal, your sponsor of your Division I Player of the Game. Prairie Signs in Normal. And Grosso's Garage in Bloomington. Welcome back to Grossinger Motors Arena. L.A. Decker back with you, getting set for the third and final period of this contest between the Illinois State Redbirds and the Maryville Saints. This is the first of the weekend set. The second game of the set will be played in Chesterfield, Missouri, just outside of St. Louis tomorrow night. 8:30 face-off at the Maryville Ice Center. No scoring in the second period to report. Still just the 2 goals in the game, and coincidentally, both goal scorers both wear the uniform number 19. Very interesting to see, as the Illinois State Redbirds and Maryville Saints are tied at 1 apiece. Redbirds being outshot in the contest. Redbirds only got 5 shots on goal in that entire second period. Maryville had 14 for a 2-period 15 for Redbirds, 20 for Maryville. And neither team has been able to get past the goaltender on the opposite side since our opening period. So it does look like our officials are still going to be 1 short. It looks like the third official has been injured and will not return to the ice tonight. As the Redbirds make their way back onto the ice, teams will once again switch sides. And we will have the Redbirds operating from right to left as we see it along with you here in period number 3. A 10-minute misconduct penalty against Maryville's number 15, Jackson Zloty, was called at 17:34 of the second period. 10-minute misconduct against Maryville's Zloty at 17:34. So Jackson Zloty will take a seat in the penalty box. He will be able to come back out with 12:26 remaining and a whistle for play. So we are underway in period number 3 with Illinois State winning the opening faceoff to start the third period. Maryville has to go back and get it if the Redbirds send it into the zone. Sam Salemi had it hop over his stick, but he goes back to get it on the fresh sheet of ice here at the garage. Campese tips it back to Hilt. Now Campese over the line. He'll send one in right into the catching glove of Ed Coffey. And he gives no rebound and will take the restart just 12 seconds into period number 3. Face-off will be to the left of the Saints netminder. Campese will take the face-off for Illinois State. It's won by Luke McLeod. Back behind the net, wraparound attempt. Knocked back out to the line. Picked up by Salemi. He tries to send it in. Blocked away. Picked up by Oberlag. Centering pass out front. Hilt was open for a moment, but it's knocked away by the last second by Maryville. Now the Saints look to counterattack. Over the line is McLeod. He sends it in. And a penalty coming up against Illinois State. It looks like the Redbirds are going to be down 1. It's going to be a roughing call against the Redbirds, Tony Campese. Campese took his man into the boards and a little bit after the play. So the Redbirds will be down a man.
Illinois State penalty, number 18, Tony Campisi. 2 minutes for roughing. Time of the penalty, 49 seconds, third period. Redbird penalty, Campisi. 2 minutes for roughing at 49 seconds. Redbird's able to clear it out and kill some time on the power play for Maryville. Saints get it back into neutral zone. Tipped away at the last second and held up at the line. Redbird's able to turn the Saints back for the last moment. Now Imbergia plays the puck and will cover it up as it's shot in by Maryville, and the Redbird netminder will take a restart. 1:25 for the Maryville power play. And we're just a minute and 24 seconds into the third period. Face off to the left of Mark Imbergia. Face off won by the Saints. Adams sends it across to the near side. Here's a shot taken. Big save by Imbergia. Smith was open in the slot. Got a good look at that one, and the Redbirds able to clear it down all the way. Colt Corpse behind the net starts things out for Maryville. Sent it ahead to Adams. Adams pushes it into the corner far side. Kramer is there for the Redbirds, but he can't get control. Sent back out to the point. Near side now, Adams. Back out to Corpse. His shot blocked away into the corner near side. Adams goes to get it. Brings it out from the circle. Back out to the point where Corpse taps it back to Adams. Redbirds get control and clear it out to neutral ice. Smith once again over the line. This time he's offside. Got in a little too soon as Lucas Adams hadn't come out of the zone yet from when the puck cleared the first time. So the faceoff will be brought out to neutral ice with 35 seconds remaining in the Maryville power play. Faceoff won by the Saints. Timon Prexler takes it to the boards on the near side. The Redbirds able to sweep it out to center. Final 20 seconds of the Maryville power play. Sam Edwards drops it back. Jake Chartier sets it up in front. Edwards had it in the slot but lost it, and the Redbirds able to clear it down. That will pretty much kill off the man advantage as the penalty to Campisi is over and both teams are back at full strength. Over the line comes Timon Prexler. He runs into a wall at the line, picked up by Edwards in the slot. He can't get a shot away. Finally picked up in front. Quick shot. That one went wide of the target as the shot was taken by Cole Bonnet. Far corner. Campisi digs it out and sends it up the boards. Tipped away, but Sam Salemi is going to have to hold up. Now he goes in. As Campisi got in ahead of the play, Salemi held up just long enough to avoid the offside, and the Redbirds were able to get a change. 16 and a half minutes to play in the third. Still 1-1, Maryville and Illinois State. Luke McLeod sends it out to center where it's chipped at, and Meyer will send it in for the Redbirds behind the cage. Coffee sets it up for Smith. Far side pass picked up by Shermer. Into the Redbird zone, Tyson Moore sends it around to the near side. Pinching in is Cole Bonnet. Mike Slowinski gets it for the Redbird, threw it off to Dasher, but it came right back at him. Now open in the slot. Smith sends one just wide, might have been touched by the skate of Imbergia. Now the loose puck finally covered up by Imbergia, and he'll take the face-off with 15:49 to play in the third. Redbirds still trail by 6 shots, 22-16 to Maryville. 1-1 is our score. Face-off push to the far boards. Will Kelly sends it around to Matt Garcia, and Garcia will able to get some skating room and move out. Ahead to Jackson Graham, who's got the lone Redbird goal so far tonight. Sent behind the net. Picked up by Luke Phelps for the Saints. Now into the zone. Here comes Smith. Centering pass across. They move in. Imbergia closes the door and covers it up. Mark Imbergia, after a beautiful pass from Will Smith, was able to stop
the momentum of the Maryville attack. Tyson Moore was there on the doorstep and just could not get it past Imbergia. Face-off will stay in the Illinois State zone. As Imbergia kind of gets his headgear resituated and is ready to go once again. Face-off to Imbergia's left. There's a quick shot taken. That one went wide by Felix Turcotte. Now the puck played by a hand pass. So we'll move the face-off out into neutral ice. And a new puck is needed. Our official scorer tonight, Dan Glatt, also in charge of providing new frozen vulcanized rubber discs for play tonight. Face-off one as Garrett Hunter gets to it first. Hunter tries to send it up ice, but it's returned by Illinois State. 1/4 of the third period gone by. 5 minutes elapsed, 15 remain. Kramer tracks it down to the near corner in the Illinois State zone. Ahead to Jackson Graham. Lead pass ahead. Here's Colantonio moving in. He fires one just over the crossbar. Comes away to the far side. Kramer plays it back around to Mason Perry. Perry tries to send it into the corner, but it's kicked around, and finally Jack Harrison gets it for the Saints. Sent back up ice, and the Redbirds get to it. Richie Young on the pass from Sam Salemi over the line. Young drops it down into the corner, and now goes around the boards and all the way out to the far side. Kate Janicki tries to bring it out. It's stolen away by the Saints. Garrett Hunter. Now they'll loft it back into the Redbird end. They'll allow Maryville to get a change. Sam Salemi will dump one in the far corner. Janicki. One off a check from Edgecombe. Now into the corner. Near side. Salemi digs it out. Quick shot taken by Carson Hilt. That one stick down by Coffey, and the rebound played to the Saints. They get through neutral ice but can't control. Now Richie Young has it at the circle. He fires one, blocked, and goes into the netting. Timon Prexler were able to catch up with Richie Young, and just before he was able to get the shot away, blocked it up into the netting and did not allow the puck to get on his goaltender. So the face-off will stay in the Maryville zone. It'll be to the right of Ed Coffey. Campese will take the face-off. Still jockeying for it. Finally, Maryville gets a hold of it and hoists it out to center ice. Garcia gloves it down and plays it. Redbirds have it as Oberlag gets to it. Drew Shadle sends it around. Garcia kicked ahead. Redbirds finally have it, but then Maryville able to retrieve it. Chad McElwain into the corner near side. Trying to feed it over for Jake Chartier, but it hopped over his stick. Now the Redbirds are into the zone. Oberlang goes into the corner against Corpse. Pushed around to the near corner. And the Saints come away with it. Out to center ice. Chartier hoists it up into the Redbird bench. And with 12:36 to go here in the third, it's going to be a face-off, but first a penalty has been called against Illinois State. It's going to be on Matt Garcia. It's going to be a slashing call against Garcia. The Redbirds again will be down a skater.
Illinois State penalty number 36, Matt Garcia, 2 minutes for slashing. Time of the penalty, 7:24, third period. Redbird penalty, Garcia, 2 minutes for slashing at 7:24. So Maryville once again on the power play. Centered across, tipped away at the last moment as Adams was open. Richie Young able to stop it, or Janicki, pardon me. Now another centering pass out front. Smith had a handle on it, and the Redbirds able to clear it as Janicki got it out to neutral ice. Back to get it is Corpse. 12 minutes remaining in regulation. Minute 20 for the power play. Janicki tips it away, but right back to Adams. Moves to the near boards. Sends it back out to the point. Corpse drops it back out to TJ Prexler. Now Corpse at the point. Near side Adams. He'll fire one. That one blocked again. Sam Salemi with the block and sends it out to neutral ice. Now the Redbirds a steal. Colantonio moves into the dot. Short-handed. It's swept away by Maryville. As TJ Prexler moves into the zone for Maryville. Saints on the power play. Down low is McLeod. Sends it down low for Chartier and round behind the net to the far side now. Timon Prexler. Hoisted out by Sam Salemi and clears into the neutral zone. The Saints will have to tag back out. Final 20 seconds of the man advantage. Timon Prexler couldn't get to it, and Anthony Salemi clears it out. Here's Colantonio moving, and he'll fire one right into the catching glove of Ed Coffey. He keeps it in play, though, as play continues. Final 10 of the power play. Over the line, Tyson Moore drops it back off, sends it across ice, does Chartier. Into the corner. Dug out, and the Redbirds' penalty to Garcia is over, and both teams are back at full strength. The Saints will send it into the Redbird zone. Kramer goes to get it behind the net. Out of the way to Trevor Hilt, who hacks at it and gets it to neutral ice before it's sent back in by Timon Prexler. Now the Redbirds control as Campese moves in. Campese sends it across ice. Here's Kramer firing, blocked away by the defense of Chad McElwain. McElwain tries to glove it down and control it. Kramer out front. Oberlag was in front, couldn't get to it, and the Saints come away with it. And offside is the call. As the Saints were getting ahead of the play a little bit. Now some pushing and shoving after the whistle. As Mitch Oberlag and a couple of the Saints are exchanging pleasantries, wondering where the best place to go get some food on the way home might be. And a reminder again that both these teams are going to be traveling. Maryville will head back to Chesterfield for a home game tomorrow against these very same Illinois State Redbirds. And the Redbirds will be back on the bus as well. Doesn't look like Ed Coffey is shy about making some contact either. Now, a penalty coming up apparently. Penalty against Maryville. So it will be, it's a penalty on the goaltender. Oh, very interesting. So it is a penalty on the goaltender, a 2-minute penalty for roughing. There's a shot taken from the side by Campese that went off the side of the net, caught part of the post. Maryville penalty, number 35, Ed Coffey, 2 minutes for tripping, pardon me. Time of the penalty, 10:05, third period. Penalty to be served by number 15, Jackson Slotty. Saints penalty, 35, Ed Coffey, 2 minutes for tripping at 10:05, served by Slotty. So the Redbird power play on the tripping call.
Redbirds a chance to get to the lead here. We've passed the halfway point of the third period. Anthony Salemi, lead pass ahead over the line for Joe Rasha, too far in front. It's knocked away by Cole Bonnet, and finally Maryville controls and sends it back down the ice. Imbergia starts it up with Campisi over the line. Campisi drops it off to the point, Oberlag. Back around to the far side. Campisi comes out near side to get it, sends it back out to the point to Anthony Salemi. Back to Campisi. He circles around, sends it to Oberlag, goes off his stick and into the dasher. Dug out. Maryville tries to clear it around, can't get to it. Redbirds fighting for it in the circle. Finally, getting to it was Jack Harrison, and he is able to get it out to neutral ice. As Maryville pushes forward to try to kill some more time on the off the power play. Luke McLeod does that by taking it all the way around, and now it comes back down where Ed Coffey will play it around. Here's a steal by the Redbirds. Mike Slowinski couldn't keep it in the zone, and Jack Kramer will have to go back to get it. Final 15 seconds of the man advantage for Illinois State. Kramer controls. Ahead to Gio Galino. Into the zone for Slowinski as the penalty is over and both teams are back at full strength. Puck sent all the way around, picked up by Felix Turcotte. Turcotte sends it in, quick shot taken, that one gloved down as Tyson Moore took another shot. And this one stopped by Imbergia. And the faceoff will stay in the Redbird zone with 7:41 to play in the third. Kate Janicki will take the faceoff against Chad McElwain. Faceoff won by the Saints. Corpse sends it back around to the near corner. Adams tries to dig it out. Sent around by McElwain. Trying to center it, Will Kelly directs it to the near boards. Back around to Bonnet. Kelly again fights for it with McElwain in the corner. Back to Janicki. Out to the point, and it's taken away by the Redbirds. Carson Hilt tries to get to it, but he's not fast enough to catch up to it. And it's sent back down by the Maryville Saints. 7 minutes to play in the third. Here's a steal at the blue line by Maryville. Redbirds able to cover back up. Richie Young sends it across. Carson Hilt plays it and sends it in. Coffey will hold it up for his teammates, and it's played by Garrett Hunter for the Saints. Hunter had it knocked away by Richie Young. Young back out to the point to Anthony Salemi. Fires it down into the corner. On the near side, picked up by the Saints. Chartier sends it around. Stolen by the Redbirds in their zone. Here's Richie Young over the line. His shot gloved down by Coffey, and again, he'll take the face-off in his own zone. Now 6:23 to play here in the third. And still even at 1-1. Shots on goal in favor of Maryville at 25-18. Neither team allowing very many opportunities here in this third period thus far. Face-off pushed forward by Rasha, but controlled by the Saints. TJ Prexler. Up over the line to Jackson Zloty. Sent around the board. Sam Salemi trying to play it back. It's knocked away by Harrison. Rasha gets a hold of it. Anthony Salemi pushes it forward into the neutral zone, and once again the Saints are there to stop the Redbird front advance. Sam Salemi sends it forward, and again Maryville there to stop it. Timon Prexler had it knocked off his stick by Jackson Graham. Over to Colantonio, back to Graham, whose shot goes wide. Rasha picks it up on the near side. Rasha back over to Graham. Back out to the top and Salemi. He'll fire one in. Bouncing puck goes wide of the target. 5.5 minutes to play. As the lead pass is ahead for Jack Harrison. Harrison will move in. Good job by Salemi, canceling him out of the play. And the Redbirds able to pick it up as Sam Salemi sends it to neutral ice. Timon Prexler. Cross ice dump in. Anthony Salemi played it forward. Oberlag in ahead of everybody. Coffey has to play it away from him. Campese centers it out front. Quick shot! It went wide. They score! Campese on the forecheck, able to force Coffey to play it. The Redbirds got a crazy bounce, and somehow that puck went in the net, and they lead it 2-1. Coffey came out to play the puck. Campese there to force his hand, and out front, there's the quick shot. Campese was there, and I think he got a second opportunity and jammed it in past Coffey to give the Redbirds the lead. So Illinois State has taken a 2-1 lead with just over 5 minutes remaining in this contest. We'll get the official word on the goal here in just a moment. Right now, Meyer sends it back out to Kramer, whose shot is blocked out front. Maryville comes away with it. They move through neutral ice. Will Smith comes over the line. Smith moves in, fires one. That one blocked away. Redbirds come back on the counterattack. Quick shot, save made by Coffey. And he will control the rebound and get a face-off with 4:29 to play. So the face-off will be to the left of Ed Coffey. Illinois State goal scored by number 10, Mitch Oberlag. Assisted by number 18, Tony Campese. Time of the goal, 14:58, third period. Redbird goal scored by Oberlag, assisted by Campese at 14:58. An offside call against Maryville will bring the face-off. Oh, no, take a look, take it. It's a penalty, check it. A penalty against Illinois State will give Maryville an opportunity for the power play. So Maryville will have the advantage. Down by a goal. TJ Prexler out front, quick shot saved by Imbergia. And it's sent down the length of the ice. Redbird penalty number 20, Carson Hill, 2 minutes for tripping. Time of the penalty, 15:45, third period. Illinois State penalty, Carson Hill, 2 minutes for tripping at 15:45. In the corner, it comes out to the near side. TJ Prexler to Adams. Out to the point, Corpse. Adams, cross ice feed. TJ Prexler back out to the top. Here's Corpse in the slot. Lets one go. Adams just wide, blocker save in Bergia. As he knocked it down, Adam Meyer sells out on the shot block, but it's still held in by the Saints. Adams back to Corpse. Adams cross ice once again. TJ Prexler back out to the point. Corpse fires one, blocked down, and the Redbirds can't quite get it cleared out. Corpse sends it over to TJ Prexler, to Jack Harrison. Round to the far boards, now near boards. Here's Adams sending it in, and it's cleared out by Anthony Salemi, and the Redbirds will get a much-needed change. 40 seconds remaining in the power play for Maryville. 2 minutes and 50 seconds remaining in regulation. 2-1 Illinois State with the lead. Over the line, Timon Prexler drops it off for Chartier. He goes around the back of the net. Comes out the far side to the dot, sends it back out to the point. Timon Prexler goes over to Sam Edwards. Down low, they look. Here's Moore. Sends it in front, knocked away, back to the far corner. Moore behind the net now. Looks to bring it out with a centering pass out front, but nobody home. It's knocked away from Chartier, and the Redbirds clear it the length of the ice. 2:15 remaining in regulation as the penalty to Carson Hill is over, and both teams back at full strength. Over the line, Sam Edwards moves one in, fires it just wide of the target. We approach the final 2 minutes to play on this one. Here's a steal by Campese. Tony Campese with an opportunity. 2-on-1 if he hurries, but the ruling is offside. Campese just a little too much stick handling as Casey Colantonio was in with him. And the offside call will bring the faceoff back out to neutral ice. And now Maryville is going to exercise one of their 2 timeouts.
Timeout, Maryville.
So Maryville will take their timeout. Illinois State will have their timeout still available with 1:55 to play. And Ed Coffey not terribly happy with how that play came to be. And let's take a look once again in front as Imbergia in front got some big help from his defense there at the last exchange on that power play. And Mark Imbergia has done a yeoman's job tonight so far, stopping 25 of the 26 shot opportunities for Maryville. Not to be outdone, Ed Coffey has stopped 18 of the 20 Redbird shots. But right now the most important one he didn't stop was the one that Mitch Overlag was able to put in at the 14:58 mark of the period. So the faceoff will be in neutral ice with 1:55 remaining, and we'll have to keep an eye on the goaltender, Ed Coffey. And by the way, stick around. After the contest, we'll announce our DP2 player of the game for you as the Saints look to get away from their zone. Keep an eye on Ed Coffey. Over the line comes Maryville. Coffey now breaks for the bench. They'll get the 6th attacker on the ice. Here's Timon Prexler sending one wide of the target. Comes around to McElwain on the near boards. Redbirds digging it out. Campese tries to get it away. Still loose in the corner. Harrison jabs at it. Finally sent back out to the point. Timon Prexler sends it across. Tip! And it's just wide of the target. Now into the near corner. Harrison back out to the top and McElwain sends it to the point. Prexler back to McElwain at the circle. Cross-ice feed, quick shot blocked. Trevor Hilt will hoist it out to neutral ice as we approach.
1 minute to play in regulation, 1 minute remaining.
Final minute to play in this one. Redbirds 2, Maryville 1. Over the line, into center. Rasha dumps it back in. 6th attacker still on. The net is empty to our left. Here's Smith. Over the line, quick shot blocked away by Salemi. Quick shot again, that one went wide as Imbergia made the save. In the slot, hacked at, still fought for, loose on the slot. It goes in, they score! A bouncing puck loose in the Redbird end, and it finally got past Mark Imbergia with 32.6 seconds left, and the Maryville Saints have tied it at 2. The officials are coming to the near side, though, to have a quick conversation. Captain Trevor Hilt coming over as well to see if he can get within earshot of it. So let's see what happens here as the Maryville captain, Jack Harrison, also comes over to take a listen. This is going to be an interesting call. At this point, we do have a Maryville goal. Is it going to count, though? And it does look like the goal is going to go on the board. So the goal will go on the board. And Maryville has tied it at 2.
Maryville goal scored by number 5, Jack Harrison. Unassisted. Time of the goal, 19:27, third period. Saints goal, Harrison. Unassisted at 19:27.
So Jack Harrison gets credit for the tying goal. So we'll have to wait possibly just a little bit longer for that DPW player of the game, but we will get that to you here in due course. As the Redbirds shoot the puck down, Ed Coffey will play it off to the near side. Quickly ahead, Harrison will dump it across into the Redbird zone far side. Kramer hacks at it for Illinois State. Picked up on the near boards. Sent up Meyer. Final 5 seconds to Mason Perry. And it will go into neutral ice, and that's going to do it for regulation. Your score at the end of regulation. Maryville 2, your Illinois State Redbirds 2. Shots on goal in the third period. Illinois State 6, Maryville 8. 3 period totals. Saints 28, Redbirds 21. So we are getting set for overtime. It'll be a 5-minute overtime period. If nothing is settled after that, we then go to a shootout. Overtime will be played 4-on-4. Now the question is, are they going to switch sides? I am not sure if they are or they aren't. The general idea is, unless they're playing a full period, they're not going to switch ends. Taking a look at some of the traffic out front, there was the bouncing puck out front that finally ended up going past Mark Imbergia, as the Redbirds couldn't clear it out. So teams will switch ends. And we will skate 3-on-3 in overtime. So some open ice for both teams as we skate 3-on-3 in overtime. Overtime starts with a face-off win for Maryville. Timon Prexler looks to start things up. Sends it forward for Smith. Campese steals it. Illinois State moves in with Oberlag. Oberlag sends it across to Anthony Salemi, who fires one in on Coffee. Stick save made. Kick to the far side, where it's dumped in off the boards. Lead pass ahead as Will Smith tries to track it down. Smith will go to get it in the near corner. Salemi pressures him behind the net. Sends it back out to TJ Prexler. Redbirds couldn't clear it behind. Will Smith looks to center it, takes it around, now comes back out. Fire save by Imbergia. Looks like it got him in the helmet. Held in by the Saints. TJ Prexler moves in, sets up in the slot, fires one just over the shoulder of Imbergia. Now Oberlag controls for Illinois State. Got it to Salemi. Now Anthony Salemi will move through neutral ice. He'll come into the Maryville zone, drops it back off. Here's Mike Slowinski at the far circle. Being harassed as he moves back out to the point. Salemi goes to get a change. He'll come off the ice. Slowinski moving around now to the near side. Crisscrosses with Kramer. Drops it back off to Campese. Campese sends it across. Kramer was open for a moment, but it got caught in his skate. Slowinski holds it in for the Redbirds. Slowinski cuts to the slot, fires one just over the top of the crossbar. 3:25 to play in overtime as the Saints control the puck. Luke McLeod sends it across to Sam Edwards. Edwards will fire. Blocker save made by Imbergia. Redbirds able to pick it up quickly. Here comes Jack Kramer moving forward. Kramer sets it up at the line, drops it off for Colantonio. Casey Colantonio moves behind the net with it, lost the handle, and it's stolen away by Maryville. Jack Harrison picks it up for the Saints. Harrison motors through center over the line, drops it back off. Got it to Jackson Zloty. Zloty cuts in, sets it up in the slot, knocked away by the Redbird defense to the far for the near boards. Harrison drops it back out top. Corpse at the dot, near side. Lost it, got it back. 2:35 to play in overtime. As Corpse forced out of the zone, will just retreat back and restart the rush. Jack Corpse over the line, fires one in. That one went wide of Imbergia. Held in by the Saints. Touch pass by McElwain. Puck goes out of the zone, and the Saints will go back to get it. McElwain moves in, comes in on Bergia, fires one, and Bergia closes it down the near on the far post. And the rebound back out to McElwain. Here's a shot out front. That one blocked down on the Cole Bonnet attempt by his own player. Jackson Zloty was out front and tipped it away. Otherwise, that might have had a chance. 1:50 remaining in overtime. Redbirds control the puck. Jack Kramer holds it up. And here comes Joe Rasha. Rasha moves through the slot. Comes all the way in, fire save by Coffey. Rebound out front. Coffey's going to cover it up. And still no whistle. It's finally played out. Lucas Adams has it for the Saints. 1:25 remaining in overtime. Bonnet sends it ahead to Adams. As the Saints will get some players changed. Chartier over the line with 1:10 left. Drops it back out for Timon Prexler. Prexler circles around, now fires one in just wide of the target.
1 minute remaining in overtime. 1 minute remaining.
Back in it to get it is Jink Chartier. Sends it around. Picked up by the Redbirds. Jackson Graham. Moves through neutral ice. Now comes back and sets it up. Tries to get it to Salemi. Knocked away. In neutral ice, it's picked up by the Redbirds. Here's Campese over the line. Campese trying to cut in. Puck goes into the corner. Campese tracks it down with 30 seconds. Back out to Oberlag. Oberlag wanted to tee one up, but he couldn't get it to him. Now Kramer sets things back up with Campese crisscrossing at the line. Campese will fire in. That one stopped. Rebound out front, just wide as Coffey made the save and lost his stick in the process. Might have got tied up with Tony Campese looking for a rebound. And play is stopped with 12.4 seconds remaining as Ed Coffey went down to the ice. I think that's the first stoppage we've had in the entire overtime period. So the Redbirds will get a face-off in the Maryville zone to the left of Ed Coffey with 12.4 seconds left. Redbirds win the face-off. Oberlag couldn't get it to his skate. Stolen away by the Saints. Here comes Harrison. Harrison over the line. Drops it back. Looking, firing, went wide of the target as the horn sounds to end overtime.
Your score at the end of overtime, Maryville 2, Illinois State 2.
So both teams getting some decent shots on goal in that overtime period.
Shots on goal in overtime. Maryville 4, Illinois State 5. Game total, Maryville 32, Illinois State 26.
So now we get set for the shootout. One-on-one against the goaltender. Your team scores more goals, you win. It's just that simple. Goaltenders will stay in their nets. As tonight's backup goaltender for Illinois State, Brendan Donovan, gives some words of encouragement to Markin Bergia. He heads back over to his net. Ed Coffey getting some final words from his head coach, John Hogan. The teams are providing the lineup for the shootout to the officials. So Maryville will get the first opportunity in the shootout.
First shooter for Maryville, number 93, Lucas Adams.
So Lucas Adams will get the first opportunity for Maryville. 1-on-1 against Mark Imbergia. Score. Lucas Adams gets it past Mark Imbergia. And Maryville takes a 1-0 shootout lead.
First shooter for Illinois State, number 93, Casey Colantonio.
So Colantonio will be the first shooter for the Redbirds. He picks it up. And denied by Ed Coffey as he sticks the big left leg out and denies Casey Colantonio. An advantage to Maryville through one. And Casey Colantonio very upset that he had his A move.
Next shooter for Maryville, number 11, Will Smith.
So Smith will pick up the puck at center. Come across the near dot, into the catching glove of Imbergia.
Next shooter for Illinois State, number 12, Trevor Hilt.
So Trevor Hilt now will have the opportunity to tie after Imbergia kept Smith off the board. And Hilt denied by Coffey. So Coffey has stopped both Redbird attempts so far here in the shootout. Maryville still with a 1-0 shootout lead.
Next shooter for Maryville, number 18, Tyson Moore.
So Tyson Moore will get to be the third shooter for Maryville. Moore comes to the slot. And denied by Imbergia, and a big save again with the right leg this time. Nice job by Imbergia shutting down that far side post.
Next shooter for Illinois State, number 10, Mitch Oberlag.
So Mitch Oberlag will be the third shooter for Illinois State. Still 1-0 in favor of Maryville. And again, a block, a pad save, and that's going to do it. Maryville will win the shootout 1-0 and win the game.
Maryville wins the shootout 1-0. Your final score in the shootout, Maryville 3, Illinois State 2. Once again, fans, a big thank you for coming out to tonight's Illinois State Redbird hockey game. Our next Division I game here at the Garage will be next Friday night as the University of Jamestown will visit the Illinois State Redbirds. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight's DeVito player of the game is goaltender Mark Imbergia. Congratulations to Mark Imbergia on tonight's DeVito player of the game.
So Mark Imbergia does take the Player of the Game award for tonight. However, the shootout loss for Illinois State, their first loss of the season. However, they did not lose in regulation or in overtime. They lost in the shootout. So Redbirds will still pick up a point, but Maryville will take the 2 points in the contest. So the scoring recap here in period number 3, Illinois State took a 2-1 lead with 5 minutes and 2 seconds remaining as Mitch Oberlag was able to find a way to get the puck past Ed Coffey. The assist to Tony Campese, and that with 5 minutes and 2 seconds left gave the Redbirds a 2-1 lead. Maryville was able to tie the game after pulling goaltender Ed Coffey. And with the sixth attacker on the ice, they found a way to get a bouncing puck to finally get past Mark Imbergia, who had been solid throughout the entire contest. The goal was credited to Jack Harrison at 33 seconds left in the third period. And then we take it into the shootout, and the only scorer in the shootout was the first shooter for Maryville. And Maryville's first shooter able to get the puck past Mark Imbergia. That was Lucas Adams. And Ed Coffey stopped all three Redbird shooters in the shootout. And Maryville will take the win. 3-2 the final, winning in the shootout, 1-0. Illinois State Redbird Hockey is presented by our wonderful sponsors. There they are. Young America Realty in Normal, Team Automotive and Tire in Normal, Midwest Equipment in Normal and Central Illinois, Morris Avenue Garage Bloomington, Prairie Signs in Normal, Grosso's Garage in Bloomington, and DP Dough in Normal. And again, congratulations to our DP Dough player of the game, Mark Imbergia. The executive producer of Illinois State Redbird Hockey is Frank Blaine. We will talk to you again next week. The University of Jamestown comes to see the Redbirds here at the Garage and Grossinger Motors Arena. It'll be two matchups, 6:15 on Friday night. We will join you then right here on the Illinois State Hockey YouTube channel. For everyone here at Grossinger Motors Arena, big thanks to everyone behind the scenes who kept us sounding good and looking good all night. I'm Ellie Decker. Thanks for joining us again. The final in the shootout, it was won by Maryville 3-2 over Illinois State. Until next Friday, good night, everybody.